has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Darkest Dungeon is about making the most of a bad situation. Quests will fail or must be abandoned. Heroes will die, and when they die, they stay dead. Progress autosaves constantly, so actions are permanent. The game expects a lot out of you. How far will you push your adventures? How much will you be willing to risk to quest to restore the hamlet? What will you sacrifice to save the life of your favorite hero? Thankfully, there are always fresh souls arriving on the stagecoach, seeking both adventure in the shadow of the Darkest Dungeon. Hello everyone! I bought this game yesterday and I'm really excited about it. So this game is Darkest Dungeon, as you can tell from the screen. And it is a roguelike, kind of not turn-based necessarily, but kind of dungeon crawl, party, tactics kind of game, that is really, really cool. I saw some Let's Plays of it by Quill18 and Northern Line over the weekend, and I've been geeking out about it since. I bought it yesterday, and had some difficulty actually getting it to record. Still having some of those hang-ups right now, so some things might not be great. It is still in early access on Steam for about 20 bucks. But I did play it a bit yesterday, and it was a lot of fun just kind of getting used to the game. I'm tempted, and I might have done, I'm not sure when I actually upload this what I'm going to call it, but calling it a Let's Discover, because this is going to be mostly a discovery-based kind of thing for me. I have kind of done a little bit of play yesterday, getting used to the mechanics, and also trying to get the video to record properly. Took me a little while. So hopefully we won't have too many hang-ups there. Basically, I'm recording in a resolution size that doesn't quite fit my monitor, and I'm hoping that this that doesn't cause us too many problems. I won't be able to see everything. Like the top and side and bottom inch of the screen is about like an inch off or so. So hopefully that won't cause us too many problems. As we embark on this adventure into the Darkest Dungeon. So, let us begin. Campaign. There we go, there was my test run. And we're going to click the letter to begin. And let's think of a good name. I'm just going to call it the Man of the Sword. There we go. We'll call it what it is. That's my YouTube moniker. We'll go with that. Man of the Sword. Yeah, that'll do. Enter. Alright. So, new save file, and we're gonna kick this puppy off.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
All right. I love the art style in this game. All right. Map navigation. We are currently in a room. To move forward, click on the next room in the map display. This will take you to the connecting hallway. So this is a roguelite or roguelike game. The rooms are procedurally generated, and each event in the room is about 4 events per area as you travel from A to B. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get to the next location. You can see on here some of these dungeons, the way they connect, what things happen in between is all procedurally generated and random. The RNG can be very nice or can be very angry with you, depending on whether it's Tuesday or not, I guess. But moving forward, we click on the map, or we can use WASD to do that, but we're going to click on this room to move us in that direction.
Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Cool. So it's WASD to move, forward, backward, and right to left. I love the voice acting and art style in this game. This really cool kind of gothic graphic novel thing. It reminds me a lot of Frank Miller or guy who did Watchmen, Alan Moore. His kind of style of artwork. It's just really, really cool. So we've got 2 characters here. We've got Reynold and Dismas. Dismas is a highwayman. It's kind of our rogue class. And Reynold here is a crusader paladin type. If we right click on them, we can see what their different stats are. Their kind of base damage here. Different skills and such, max HP, their dodge chance, all of this cool, fun stuff here, and their XP level and so forth. With each character, there is their HP bar, and you see there's a stress level. This also kind of has the Call of Cthulhu-esque style of gameplay, where there's stress isn't perfectly equivalent to sanity, but as different events happen, like maybe your character takes damage, or maybe they get hit by a trap, or maybe they get hit with something else. Maybe one of the other characters starts yelling at them, which occasionally happens. That will increase their stress. Once it gets to 100, they are tested. And they can either gain a positive or negative trait. Like you see here, we've got different quirks. So Dismas here has a hard noggin, so he resists stuns 15% better, and he's got quick reflexes, so he's a little bit quicker in terms of the initiative in combat. However, he is a known cheat, so when he's in town, he cannot use gambling as a stress relief tool, which is most unfortunate. Reynold here is a warrior of the light, who has 10% damage when the light is above 75%. That's this torch meter up here at the top. He's also a kleptomaniac, so he's prone to stealing items, so when we loot things, sometimes things will just go missing, because Reynold's a dick. And we've also got God-fearing. So when he's in town, in order to relieve stress, there's different activities. God-fearing means that the only way he will relieve stress is through prayer. It's either I pray or I don't do anything. I'll just sit here and be stressed and obstinate. Right, so with that kind of basis here, let's wander to the left. So you just took stress damage, because reasons.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion.
Combat!
All may hear of your arrival.
I love this guy's voice. Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon, which would be these things down here, and then click on the highlighted target. Certain abilities, it doesn't say this, but certain abilities can affect certain spots in combat. So like you saw here, when I clicked on this, Reynold has a preferred position and preferred target. Now, it's not highlighting that now, I guess because we're in combat. But Dismas here is going first with his faster speed. So we've got a couple of attacks here. We can take aim, which improves my accuracy and my crit chance. We can do an open vein, which deals base damage and then bleed damage on top of that. 2 points for 3 rounds, so it's effectively an extra 6 damage, which is pretty good. Or a Grape Shot Blast, which is hits the 3 front targets. There's different positioning here down the line. So, for example, this ability, as you see, I can't hit, it's grayed out. I'd move the mouse over it, but it'll go away. The grayed out dot indicates a spot that this ability cannot hit. So I have to be in the 4th, 3rd, or 2nd position to use this ability, and I can hit someone in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th position on the other side. And if the dots are connected like that, that means it will affect kind of like an AoE style attack. That being said, I'm just going to go with the open vein assault on this brigand cutthroat and stab him in the face. Yeah! See, now he's got bleed damage, so he's going to take 2 points of damage per round. And he's going to attack poor Reynold. And Reynold got shoved back for some reason. That's impressive. And he can't really do anything, because all of his abilities seem to be front row abilities. Or is that... did I turn them off somehow? Did I make a horrible decision without realizing it? Did I click something that I shouldn't have done? Let's move you forward then, so you can actually attack. Alright, stab him. Next turn he should bleed out. Yep, there he goes.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Yeah! Alright, 500 GP. This is your inventory. You can only have X amount of inventory space, so you do have to kind of manage things. I must have done something. Oh, I deselected all the abilities. I didn't realize I did that. Oh, I feel so dumb. I was just clicking on these to indicate things, but I must have just completely turned off all of his abilities. Wow, I'm a moron. Right, so this is what I was talking about. Like, he has a preferred position. So this guy, in order to be effective at all, he wants to be in the front 2 slots. And he can attack the front 2 slots. Whereas if we go to Dismas here, he can do the back shot. This pistol shot can affect from the back. Most of his abilities, he wants to either be 3rd position or 2nd position. And the person in the 2nd position on this side is the one that he can theoretically inflict the most damage on. So we're moving along down here. And there's certain objects. So you will get occasionally like little treasure troves. Sometimes these are good, sometimes these are very bad, and will give you a status effect like poisoned, or what they call blighted, or you take stress damage, or you take a quirk, positive or negative. So let's dig through here. The brigands left valuables. They left 600 gold.
Unchecked.
Yes, please.
There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Alright, so we've reached the end of the room, and we're going to go into the next one.
An ambush. Send these vermin a
noes.
message. The rightful owner has returned, and
Okay.
their kind is no longer welcome.
Alright, so now we've got an option. This brigand, I don't know if you can tell, takes up 2 spaces. He is position 1 and position 2. So this brigand fusilier is, for the most part, safe. So we've kind of got a strategic option here. We can try to take down the big guy who has 35 HP, or I can start trying to whittle them both down. Maybe use a pistol shot here to hit this guy. As you can see, I can kind of shoot around Mr. Brigand Bloodletter here. Or I can do a full Grape Shot Blast and it hit not all 3, but both of them. Now this won't give him double damage for occupying 2 slots. He's basically just kind of meat shielding for the other guy. What I think I'm going to do, though, is Open Vein. I'm going to try to use the strategy of whittling down the big guy first. Yeah, I'll probably take some pot shots from this guy. Well, let me see. Is that... I'm looking at the damage output here. 5 to 11. 5 to 11. This isn't updating. It's not changing. That's weird. So how much damage does this do? Okay. I could potentially do that and take him out. You know what? Let's do that. That might be better. No, because this will do bleed damage, hopefully. He has a 25% chance to resist, but that's not too bad, honestly. So let's do that. 6 damage. Yeah, and we got him bleeding. Excellent. Okay, so Reynold here, now that I can actually use his abilities, he can do Zealous Accusation, which will only hit this guy. It should hit the first 2 slots, but again, this guy is eating both of them. Stunning Blow, which could obviously potentially deal a stun on him, but he's already surprised, so he's already gonna get like a round off. And he's got 50% chance to resist. I think I'm just going to go with the straight smite damage. You can tell here the numbers are changing. So like if I do this, it deals less damage, but it's a slightly more accurate chance to deal a stun. I'm going to go up for the straight up damage soak though. So let's do that. Yeah, 11 damages. Nice. So round 2. He's going to do a blanket fire, so a AoE attack. Takes 2 damage of bleed. Dodge their attack, that's awesome. I don't know if bleeds stack. But I think this is gonna do... I could shoot him because he's in the 2nd slot. Or I could do both of them. 3 to 6. Well, if he does 3... No, I'm gonna go with the one that potentially gives me the most damage here. Is this... They're both the same in accuracy, it seems, from the tooltip. Oh, no, it's not. So this isn't updating. It's so weird. I really wish it would do that. Yeah, let's go for this. It's got more accuracy, and we'll hopefully stack some bleed damage on him. 9! Awesome. So hopefully Reynold here can take him down with a smite. Yeah, 7's his min damage, so he should take him out. Oh, he dodged! Oh, you devil. You're gonna shoot me again. Took 4 points of bleed. Ow! You jerk. Right, so I can no longer use these 2 abilities, but I can stab this man to death. And I feel like that's what we're gonna do.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Alright, I'm going to use Stunning Blow on him because his stun resist is significantly lower. If we can stun lock him, we can just murder him. So let's do that. 5, and he is stunned. Excellent. Alright, let's Open Vein him. Missed. Fair enough. Smite 7 should kill him if it hits. Yeah!
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, so we got 2 skeleton keys. These kind of items disappear after quests. These items are heirlooms, which are very valuable and used to upgrade things in the town once we get to it. And same with deeds. This will upgrade things. So I'm going to take this. Now, this chest, if I click on it here, Bandit's Trapped Chest. So if I use a key here, it won't do anything. Never mind. But it's clearly trapped. Something doesn't look quite right. So this chest, if we open it, will have something bad happen to us. Which I think in this kind of tutorial section is what the game is trying to teach us. However, I have learned this lesson in my other play, in my kind of setup play, and I'm not interested in playing your game. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave this chest here so I don't get hurt. Well, actually, I'm going into town. When you go into town, all status conditions are removed. The only thing that stays is stress. And since you are less stressed, I'm gonna make you open it. Open this chest and take the trap damage. Oh no, it's trapped! But he resisted the blade, so nothing happened. See? Everything's fine. But yeah, some items aren't good, and you don't necessarily know in the game which ones they are and which ones will just, you know, bite you on the eye. So let's exit the dungeon. Let's see what we got. Nice. So we got 2 deeds, 4 crests. These are busts and portraits. And we got 5,000 quest completion gold and 1,100 just, you know, stuff that we found. So they have both gained an ability. What is your traits? Unquiet mind. May not meditate. That's fine. In my last game, Reynold picked up a quality that made him both only be able to pray and only be able to drink, with the consequence that he would do neither, because he would get grumpy if he didn't do the thing that he wanted to do. But there were 2 specific things that he would only do, and it would exclude the other, which was obnoxious. Let's open this up. Lurker! Light below 25, he deals more damage. That's potentially interesting. Yeah, so let's return to town here.